Warm welcome from my side. I'm really proud, or we are really proud to present you our new platform, which is helping you to create your true IT visibility based on our technology. And it's not only me today, we are 3 people presenting you our new technology. So my role is Chief Technology and Product Officer at Raynet. I guess Roman will introduce himself. And I'm also happy to introduce Rainy. Rainy is our first employee with AI capabilities. She's not only presenting you our agenda for today, she is a mandatory part of our technology. And again, you will hear her twice. Once is during presenting our agenda, and secondly, at the end during our live demo. What I'm doing today is the moderation role of today, and I'm handing over to Roman for a short introduction.
Thank you so much, Andreas. So, hi guys, my name is Roman Tabachenko, Senior Product Manager for Cybersecurity at Raynet. Started in August. I have background with academic research, and I'm super excited to tell you more about some of the technical stuff that we've been introducing into Raynet One.
Yeah, thanks, Roman. And now it's about Rainy.
Thank you very much, Andreas and Roman. I am very happy to meet you all here today at the Raynet One live webinar. For anyone who has not seen me yet, I am Raynet and the first Raynet employee with artificial intelligence skills. We are very pleased presenting you today insights into how Raynet One helps you protect, optimize, and manage your complex IT systems. Now I will hand over to Andreas again. He will give you an overview of Raynet One before Roman starts the live demo. As a highlight at the end of today's webinar, I will show you how to create true IT asset visibility in few minutes with Raynet One. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I guess this was a nice introduction. And again, you will listen to her again, because Rainy is a mandatory part of our technology, and she will help you to be as sufficient and as efficient as possible. So she is a mandatory part of our technology, and you will again hear her later. I guess what is the outcome for you? There are many new objectives and opportunities for you that Raynet One will help you. As a summary, Raynet One will help you to protect your environment and to improve your IT infrastructure from a cost and overall infrastructure perspective, like portfolio optimization. On the other side, it's also what we see in the market that there's a bigger need for regulations and compliance. This is a fully manual process at the moment, but with our technology, we will help you to optimize this as well, to avoid any manual steps that need to be avoided at that time. As a summary, what Raynet One is doing, we are a data and use case driven platform, and with Raynet One, we will help you to make the right decision into this direction, because you can only protect and you can only manage what you can see. So Raynet One is the ultimate answer to create the IT visibility. And you will see later the use cases that are tackled by our technology. And to make it easier for you, we split this into 2 categories. One is IT management and the other one is cybersecurity. As you might know, we are on the market since 25 years. And IT management, I think we grew up in this area and we are well known already. And the typical use cases like software asset management, hardware asset management, service management, and enterprise architecture management as one of the examples. While cybersecurity is a really related topic, and it's a new one for us, there are 2 ultimate use cases from our perspective, what Raynet One is helping you at the moment, which is one, fully automated third-party patch management, but coming back to IT visibility, also a cybersecurity asset management that briefly will be tackled by Roman later. If we summarize what and how Raynet is helping you with Raynet One, it's all about to simplify, to standardize, and to optimize your business operations. I, on my person, have a background from a consultant perspective. And some years ago, it even requires 5 days for just purely implemented technology for doing inventory. What we have achieved with Raynet One is that you can click on our website to get access to our new platform. And within the first 10 minutes, you already achieve your first IT visibility. And to achieve that, it's all about standardized approach. Maybe you know also Rayventory as one of our key products. We already have providing standardized use case, but with Raynet One, we are fully standardized, straight from connecting to data sources till we provide results. And also, Rainy, you will see this later, is also a big answer on how to simplify your IT activities. I previously mentioned about the use cases. Again, it's about cybersecurity and IT management. And I like that picture quite well because it's also showed the journey from technical data into use cases, which is relevant for you. And in the middle, also the three-step approach that we collect and discover data, that we normalize this data, and that we enrich this data. And on top, you see some of the major use cases that we provide, like IT portfolio optimization as an example. Also, on the other side, third-party patch management. From a stakeholder perspective, we see that on the right side. Overall, who's using our technology are SAM managers, hardware asset management managers, service managers. We are quite in the game of enterprise architecture management, where we keep the IT architecture documentation quite recent as one of the results, but also security and CMDB. And we're not only doing this on our own, we are also feeding our data into other technology partners that you can also see on the right side, which are market leading companies that then take our data to do the specific management. This is a brief overview, but now I'm really glad that Roman is here and that he will take over and that he will show you the exciting product, the exciting technology. And yeah, the stage is yours, Roman.
Awesome. Thanks, Andreas, for the introduction. Now let's jump into seeing what we prepared for you. So hopefully you can see my screen now. Welcome to the Raynet One SaaS solution. As Andreas already mentioned, we are focusing on three parts: simplifying, standardizing, and automating. And as you can see from the get-go, it's a very big change to what we've been doing in the past. First of all, we have out-of-the-box dashboards that cover most of the standardized use cases. In this case, on the homepage and IT visibility in the overview, you see a mishmash of the four big use cases that we'll be diving into: software, hardware, security, and our gap identification. Starting with this first one, as Andreas mentioned, Raynet and us, we've been in software packaging since 25 years now. And we understand how important it is to know what kind of products are set up in your enterprise. In our software packaging solution, we have more than 70,000 solutions. Just to give you a benchmark that covers 80% of all the software needs of all of our clients. And we are in the position of actually telling you what kind of outdated versions you have in your infrastructure, whether you have function overlap and which of those software solutions can be replaced. What is your version sprawl, around the definition of having the same software that had different versions. And in the common future, we'll be able to resolve all of those issues with one click of a button by setting up the software that we prepared for you. In our hardware view, we're focusing again on devices and hardware. We've been working very closely with one of the biggest manufacturers of hardware in the world now, that focuses both on software solutions and infrastructure. And we are proudly able to tell you that we are capable of working with them on 1.5 million devices right now. That allows us to better find what kind of devices, operating systems, down to the level of architecture of your processes are set up and running in your enterprise. This will allow us hopefully also to keep track of the innovation and the new versions of both hardware and software that will be introduced by creating those enrichment and normalization entries in our IT catalog that allows us to take all of that knowledge and bringing that as summarized as possible to our end consumers. In the security dashboard, you can see a very classical overview of both the use case of out of support and end of life for software, but also vulnerabilities using our technology of comparing the existing software using our IT catalog, which is one of the biggest and most normalized in the world right now compared to our competitions. And we are working actively on improving both the scoring, prioritization, and the additional data points in this regard, together with cybersecurity manufacturers and vendors both in Europe and the United States and the whole world. Finally, coming to the point of the quality of the data. We are building our tool not as a black box, but as a solution for your expert to leverage that and come up with better plan on how to fix in your issues. So we have a gap identification dashboard that allows you directly to see where the data that we present comes from, which of the devices were actually scanned and recognized and identified, and which of them are, for example, due to different issues and conditions, have yet to be added through our discovery process. Both of those issues can be, of course, resolved with manual or additional sources. As you can see here, for the demo, we're using our own agent that uses least privilege access, has also the possibility of using zero-touch protocols, but also a normal Active Directory record that allows us to, again, deduplicate and reach and normalize the results in order to give you a better plan on how to improve your IT visibility and security. Jumping into the devices, you can already see that we can add, for example, here in the automation, different tasks that will allow you to automate your daily, monthly, quarterly processes, be it scanning, adding manual records, or changing records. Again, in the devices, we also have a feature built in of adding, for example, categorization or classes. This is especially useful for enterprises that already reached the point that they need to check coverage constantly and categorize their assets based on the software that they have on it. In this case, for example, endpoint protection solutions from other vendors. Moving to the software, as usual, we of course have a very big and enriched data. This allows us to, of course, see all software in its minute details, as looking, for example, for Firefox, all the different versions and the devices that have it on their on-prem. This is pretty much a very fast overview of some of the out-of-the-box dashboards. As Andreas already mentioned, we are true believers in standardization, but also the customizability. Through work with our partners and the bigger customers, we are aware of the needs and the requirements of custom solutions, and be assured that you are able to introduce all of those with click of the button and together with our experts, build exactly the views that you need for you. At this point, I would like to jump to our second part of the demo. This part will be actually led by our colleague Rainey. So I'll leave the stage to her, and I'll be now presenting how we are able to set up a fully automated identification and discovery in less than 10 minutes, even for somebody who's not a techie. So let's go.
Welcome to Raynet One. I'm Rainey, your personal guide through the dynamic world of IT. Together, we'll explore the latest discoveries and take stock of your IT landscape. From cutting-edge tech trends to optimizing your digital infrastructure, Raynet One is here to empower your journey. Let's dive in and uncover the full potential of your IT landscape. Let's get it started. Welcome to the Raynet One headquarters. To kickstart your adventure, please select the cases you'd like to archive and click on Continue. Stephen, a friendly IT enthusiast who works in our tech room, will then assist you with the next steps.
So as I was mentioning previously, the self-service portal and automated onboarding process still allows a degree of customizability. There are a lot of processes running in the background. You'll see them in a second, but it still allows you to figure out what is the most important for you. So let's check those two out and continue.
Welcome to the Tech Room. I'm Steven. Before we head back to Rainy, let's set up your first runner together. Once we've understood your goals with Raynet One, the next step involves configuring the system's runner. This runner is used for conducting secure software and hardware scans, connecting to the Active Directory, or interfacing with other on-premises services, and much more. Please select the system on which you want to install the runner. If you're unsure about what to do next, please contact your system administrator.
So in this case, we're downloading a Windows agent that will allow us to connect our infrastructure with our SaaS solution and create our inventory.
Upon successful download of the runner installation file, proceed with the following steps to configure the runner. First, transfer the MSI file to the desired Windows machine where you would like to install the runner on. Second, double-click the MSI file or execute it via command line. Third, follow on-screen instructions. The setup is pre-configured for seamless connection. Upon successful installation, our system will automatically detect it and guide you to the next step.
So as you already heard, the agent is already pre-configured, so I set up the small MSI.
Welcome back. To start with discovering your IT landscape, please choose how you would like to import your devices. Select all the applicable sources for your environment and click on the Continue button. Depending on your choices, we may ask you for additional information in the following steps.
We'll be going with Active Directory for this demo.
To continue, we need more information, starting with your organization's name. Additionally, please provide the domain name used by your Active Directory. We are getting there. This is the last step before we proceed to automatically discover devices within your network, so you can sit down and relax after this step. Scanning of devices requires higher than usual permissions. Typically, these actions can be performed by a root or administrative user. If you have any, please provide them below. Otherwise, we will still try to contact the devices, and in case of issues, we will let you know that something is missing.
Now the agent that I set up will be connecting with the Active Directory and start the identification process.
We've initiated the scanning process for your environment. Please sit back and relax while we handle the work for you. The import of your devices is complete, and the discovered devices are ready for your review. To proceed, simply click Next and continue with the next steps.
So as you can see, we have 262 different devices in this very small network. We'll be jumping into the identification process, letting it run for a while, and then show you the end result. Of course, there is a whole process in the background that we will have to keep in the background running, but in the sense of the demo, we will fast forward some of the operations.
We have discovered several devices in your environment. If you would like to, we can directly start to inventory them so that you can again just lean back and relax while we take care of everything. If not, you can skip to the IT visibility dashboard and manually start an inventory run anytime.
So as I mentioned, we'll start the perform the server scan and then jump into our dashboard.
we've initiated the inventory process for your environment. Once more, please sit back and relax while we handle the work for you.
So at this stage, we can already see that 170 devices has been discovered, identified, and added to our inventory. You can of course wait here and let all of our discovery finish, but at this stage, I will jump to our dashboard.
During the scanning of your network, we identified several devices and services. For a comprehensive overview, navigate to the IT Visibility dashboard. Here you can review your collected data presented in a clear and intuitive dashboard.
And now to the end result. Here you go. This is our dashboard with the 262 different devices. As I already mentioned, the discovery process is running in the background. There are a lot of different complex operations, including, of course, our agent running in the background, zero-touch protocols that are trying to figure out the whole infrastructure. But in essence, as you have seen, in less than 10 minutes, anybody who is able to listen and follow the instructions by Raynet is able to set up a complete inventory in less than 10 minutes. So let's jump back into our slides and see what Andreas got prepared for us.
Yes, give me 1 second. So I guess you can again see my screen.
Looking good.
Yeah, a perfect presentation. Thank you very much, Roman. And yeah, we gave our development team a really hard time with achieving the goal to, with really basic IT knowledge, to achieve a full IT visibility within less than 10 minutes. And I already recognize that maybe your internet connection was not 100% perfect, but even this has shown, and there's evidence that we achieved that goal, because what we have done over the years, we have many years of experiences about inventory and data management. And what we have done, we have all put this into this technology. And as a summary, from my perspective, there are 3 ultimate use cases that we deliver for you. One is, and we see that quite often, is that there are many customers using different technologies for doing inventory and data management for different business areas like service management and software asset management as one of the example. But with Raynet One, you just need one technology for feeding this data into other systems, and also the data that you feed in is from highest quality, because I guess if you listen carefully to Roman, we have heard about the technology catalog, and this is a world-leading technology which is 100% integrated into Raynet One. So you do not only see raw data, you see meaningful IT data that will help you in the decision-making process. And this is quite also a scalable technology, as it is the same with Raynet One, that we have small customers with maybe 70 users, and that deliver and manage a huge organization with, as an example, of 1.5 million devices, as we heard about Roman before. And yeah, I think this is also quite important that you will be successful. It should be as simplified as possible. And Raynet is just one of out of many examples that will help you to be as efficient as possible, so that you really can focus on your business needs. I already see, but I would also then hand over to Roman, that we have already questions within that has just arrived. There was one particular question about how it looks like with Intune managed devices, and if there's an possibility to deploy our agent on these devices. And there's a simple yes, that this is quite supported. So overall, what if you work with us since longer, then you know that we have several inventory technologies. I guess also Roman partially covered that we have not only an agent-based approach, that we also have several agent-based or agentless and portable approaches. And these are fully supported with Raynet One. So simply we can have a co-management with Intune, and it's going even quite, or it's not ending with collecting and enriching the data that we get from these devices. With the future of Raynet One, we also migrate all of our product portfolios to product and technology areas to Raynet One. So as a next step, and this is quite also some outlook into our roadmap, we will onboard our endpoint management capability, which does mean we can not only identify that there's a certain reason for action, we can also execute that action. And this can be done with our technology, but on the other side, and then we're coming back to Intune, there's also a possibility to do this in co-management with Intune and to let Intune work with our data to so that you, for your customers or in your customer situation, can achieve full automation. And that's why I would now hand over to Roman, because as I'm doing the screen sharing, maybe I missed some further questions that during the last minutes just arrived. But yeah, Roman, are there any further questions from our audience?
There is a good one here. Where does the lifecycle data come from? Is it also available for hardware?
Perfect. You would like to answer it, or you would like to proceed?
Gladly.
Sorry?
Gladly. So the normalization comes from our IT catalog. It's available both for the software, as you might imagine, but also now for the hardware. So everything, including CPU, operating system, memory components, we're also collecting all of that information and are able to normalize and enrich all of that using, again, our IT catalog, which is a resource that we've been working on together with our lead clients that allows us to actually better understand the market and filter all of that back to our end consumers. So that was a good question.
Definitely.
Let's see now. There's another question, Andreas. Do current Data Hub, ETL function and transformation systems remain the same?
Yeah, so it's Raynet One is a combination of Data Hub and Raynet One technology because we want to have the flexibility of doing the data transformation, the custom specific part, as Roman mentioned before, but we also want to give the full flexibility to you from a reporting perspective. So there's a fully integration. This is also relevant for, if you want to migrate from our existing product, which is Rayventory, to Raynet One, so that there's a smooth migration option. But on the other side, and I think this has been mentioned already, that we are aiming for a fully standardized solution. So everything which is happening in Raynet One is fully standardized because this is ultimately the key that you will be as efficient as possible. And that's why we have here a really good combination of a restricted area of standardized data flow, and on the other side, on this custom specific needs that you need to fulfill. Yeah.
Great answer. I'll continue to one short one. Can I enrich the information myself, Andreas?
Yeah, definitely, and this is also a big portion. And also, from a technology perspective, a unique selling point. So your question was a brief question. Maybe sometimes my answers are a bit extended, so please apologize. But we fully support that you will do your own custom-specific data normalization and enrichment. There are multiple reasons for doing it. One aspect is, and this is also relevant for some situations, and even the situation that Roman mentioned before. If you're on your own hardware or software vendor, you have your own products, or even if you are a usual customer, so to say, you have the requirement to manage your self-developed application. So from a normalization perspective, from an enrichment perspective, one of the key reasons, beside others, is blacklisting of software, for example. so that you have the ability to define a certain application or a group of application as blacklisted. And this is always individual information. That's why we still and even in the future will support that capability.
Great. Moving to another question here. In case of agent deployment, does it auto update the agent or does it require manually updating it all the time?
Yeah. This is a key requirement from our perspective because we cannot simplify the results with our technology. We also need to manage our own technology, and that's why it's fully supported to manage our technology like agents and to auto update them. This is a strong prerequisite, and I guess this is also expected from us because we have a 25th year anniversary next year, and we started our business in the automation area, in the packaging area of software. That's why it's quite clear that this is a major requirement that we're happy to fulfill and which is already supported. Yeah.
Sounds good. We've got a very good question here. Can we test Raynet One in our organization?
Yeah, definitely. So please just visit our website, and there you will guide it to get a direct access to it. Yeah, then we are really happy. Not only that you will test our platform, that you will provide us feedback, and this is where we're really keen on listening, and we're really keen to understand your requirements. We are really keen to look for your feedback, and that's why there's really a warm welcome that you will get that access, and this is all going through our website. Yeah.
Definitely. As you've seen from the very easy onboarding, think that you all have the time and the required skills to set it up. Moving
Yeah, and
on.
you can write Roman a mail if it takes longer than 10 minutes. Yeah, then we need to talk why this has happened. Yeah.
Definitely. Moving on to the next question. This is a more abstract one, I guess. But what role does Raynet One play in strategic IT management? And what are the key advantages it provides in this process?
Yeah, but maybe to make it more flexible, you want to answer that question again?
Gladly, gladly. So when we're talking about strategic IT management, as Andreas mentioned at the beginning, we'll focus in on the two use cases specifically. The more classical IT management and the more, let's say, cybersecurity focused. We're working currently on two key use cases that are coverage and IT visibility. This is more akin to this old-fashioned and more classical IT asset solution. And the second one with vulnerability management and management of the software itself. Think that nowadays, when we're talking about strategic IT management, there is no way of ignoring the fact that cybersecurity is relevant for our strategic plan. And I think that also the trend of the last 30 years of just buying the newest software solution doesn't work anymore. So we need to look for solutions that actually solve problems that we have in the daily businesses. Those problems might be shadow IT. Those problems might be our inability of making sure that we have our endpoint solution set up on all the laptops, on all the devices. This is again coming back to the Intune question, making sure that we have also that covered, different devices, right? Software and hardware as well. And I think that Raynet One is the key in this strategic IT management. And I think that the key advantages of the simplicity, standardization, and automation are clear for both of the slides and the stuff that Andreas talked about, and the very short demonstration that I'll show you. Anything that I forgot, Andreas?
No, this was quite a really impressive and good summary. I think this covered everything. Yeah.
Great, great. So let me see what we have else here. There's another question that's a little more abstract. What are the advantages of using Raynet One's IT asset data as a single source of truth? and how can this source be integrated into other IT management processes?
Yeah. We have a bunch of out of the box integrations, and from a technology perspective in both directions. So there's push and pull activities that are supported. And the key message is or this is the strongest USP of our technology from my perspective, that this is a focus topic for us. So we have often the situation that customers have existing solutions in place for doing inventory and data management, and most likely even for different use cases, different technologies. But what we do is that we standardize for the different use cases with our technology all of the streams into different third-party systems. So finally, that you only require one solution. And this is quite relevant from an efficiency perspective, that you have less operational costs, but also from a quality perspective, that you finally can make the right decision because it's based on a fully standardized process. And yeah, most importantly, just do it once for different use cases. And I guess this is the answer on that question. Yeah, maybe you would want to add something, Roman?
No, I think that it's a very good point that we've been working in alongside with our partners into exactly introducing additional data sources, and we are aware of the fact that our solution as a single point of truth is a key to a successful IT strategic plan. But it's useless if we're not able to play along with the existing solution. Yeah, be it more cybersecurity focused, endpoint protection, network detection, and so on, or the already existing communication and daily IT operation software that our clients are using.
Perfect.
Right, and I guess I'm moving to the last question for today. Can the data be separated for the different teams, or does every user see all the data? I guess
Yeah.
it's in relation to the Raynet One.
Yeah, there are two answers on that. The quite easy one, which you will most likely also heard about from other competitors before, is that you can do a database split and simply split the instances. But our platform is a multi-tenancy solution. That means we have a strong rights and role concept to using the same database within one organization, for example, to really just provide the data which is relevant for the right person. Yeah, so this is the answer on that, that we have a fully multi-tenancy support here.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. I got a last question here, if we still
Okay.
have the time. This is a good
Yeah.
one. Has Unix and Linux inventory and recognition has improved? Are also Oracle inventory capabilities the same? So I guess it's compared to our previous products. So it's coming from somebody.
Yeah, I guess there are two answers on that question. So one is from a non-Windows perspective, just from a operating system scanning. We keep it the same, that we support still the same technologies, so agent-based, agentless, and that we keep our good quality here. On the other part, where we really heavily invested in the past, is that we do the recognition piece for these operating systems because there's a lot of noise that you will typically recognize, and we really worked hard on doing it. And one of our major customers with 700,000 servers is a 100% or 99% non-Windows customer, which helps us, not only this customer, but this is a good example that we are helping our customers, huge enterprise customers, also to get transparency about their non-Windows world, which is macOS, Linux, and Unix. And the Oracle capability, it's also the same. So in a short summary, it's all what we have done before will now be migrated on a more modern way, but we are not losing any functionality before. And it's a big journey, as you can imagine. That's why we do it this step by step. And again, true IT visibility is a starting point, but endpoint management capabilities will become the next. As we have fully backward compatibility, that's why it is also a safe journey for you to move over to Raynet One.
Excellent.
Perfect. Yeah, I think we are perfect in time. That's why I think also in the name of Rainy, we are really glad that you were participating today. I also speak, I guess I speak for Roman here. You will get the slides. That's why you have that's one of the possibilities how to connect with us. You will have here a link directly to contact us. Specifically, if you be interested in not only piloting our solution, in implementing our solution, just come back to us how we bring you from your current state into Raynet One. So really glad that you were joining, and we wish you a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much.